How can you tell me about you?
My name is Josh. I turned 38 4 days ago.
Happy
And
birthday.
thank you. And 2 days ago, I had my 1 year anniversary in my business. So I have been on a coming outside of corporate hell depression stuff. Hit me really, really hard beginning of 2016. I didn't know I had a problem, but I almost punched out my manager, a guy that I loved. And so I went on this 9-month stress disability leave under counseling and direction and that kind of stuff. And I just had to figure out me and who I am, what I love, what I don't like. And I just started. The first thing that resonated was a woodworking business. And in that process, I learned internet marketing because it's the only way to promote, launch a business. And then I ran across an exercise that changed my life in May of 2017, and it's called the Perfect Day Exercise. And I filled that out. I did the exercise thing, and woodworking was not in my perfect day, and digital marketing was. Checking on Facebook ads, meeting with business owners, just that kind of stuff. And so then 2 months later, I said, why am I not doing my perfect day? And I just quit and started doing what I'm doing.
Congratulations. Um,
Thanks.
you say corporate hell. That's exactly that's exactly kind of what I was going through. And that's why I started my own business, because that's I was tired of all of that. But I was also in an industry that I had been in for 20 years, and I was burnt out, just completely burnt out. What kind of industry were you in?
Customer service sales with AT&T, and I was 9 years into my employment there.
Yeah, so sales with AT&T. Ugh.
Yeah, with the stress level of that position, I'm surprised I even made it that long before crushing and losing my soul, because it's just crazy hell.
Mm-hmm.
What was your prior corporate gig?
I was in medical management for 20 years. I started out at 19 um, working in an ophthalmology office, going to college, being the file clerk and stuff like that. 3 months into working for that ophthalmologist, I was no longer confirming appointments and uh, filing charts. I was kind of, what do you say, maybe roped in, or I jumped in to medical billing. I was 19. I was 19 years old, and the biller for the office went on maternity leave, and they trusted this little 19-year-old girl to figure it out. And that's what I did, and that's what I got into. And I stayed in medical for 20 years. I moved my way up. I worked for a company that was based out of Florida, and eventually became director of operations there. And then when that company left, that company was closing down, and that's why I had a great opportunity to not be in medical anymore. In in my corporate world too, because I did not understand the opportunities that we all have of creating this a business just revolved around us. And are you familiar with Chris Ducker?
No.
He owns virtual assistant companies down in the Philippines, and he wrote Virtual Freedom, and he is and that's like a handbook of how to work with virtual assistants. which is a fantastic book. And then he just came out with his new book called Youpreneur. And he has created this, he has his online community called Youpreneur. Youpreneur FM is his podcast. And he's really big on personal branding. And if you read his new book, Rise of the Youpreneur, it's everything that I've been doing for the last 5 years and hearing in other things. It's like a roadmap of what we should be doing as a personal brand. And if I would have known all of that or understood all of that 5 years ago when I jumped out of corporate life, see, the thing with me in corporate life, I had this weird mindset that if I was doing anything for myself to try to earn a living, that I was cheating the company.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we were downsizing and my pay was getting cut, and I was letting people go and we were shrinking, I knew that, well, and I didn't know. I felt like I was cheating the company if I was trying to do something for myself. And then, so I had this weird guilt. And then when I started doing that and kind of doing dual roles, I had this guilt. So I didn't work as hard about it. But then I was unsure because I had no idea what I was doing. I just saw the word virtual assistant in some of my research, and I was like, well, heck, I already do that now. Why can't, I manage folks from in different states and all of this stuff. Why can't I do that for the small business? I have had a paycheck every 2 weeks since I was 19. And then to jump ship and be in business for myself, that doesn't happen, And so I was very careful, and even though on the inside freaking out a little bit because it's like, okay, I need some more clients or I need this, or I wanted to always have that outwardly, hey, it's going to be okay because I believe it is going to be okay. It's just a little bump in the road. Now, and that comes with just gaining confidence and swallowing and making sure that, yes, you have confidence. Because I've worked with folks that I have confidence in them, but they don't have confidence in themselves. I've just been thinking about it a long time that the folks that seem and they know that they want to sell something, they want to be in business, and they know they need to be on Facebook, and they know that they need a website, and what is a blog, and all of this stuff. And they don't know where to start because they don't know what buttons to push. But most of it is they don't have the confidence to just get started. And you can read all of these different blogs and books of what you should do to have an online business, but not everybody gets it. Start here and get started. Understand that you may suck at writing at first. Don't let that stop you. Get the routine. You'll get better. You'll start getting the following, and then as things click in, the puzzle pieces fit, then you're going to understand that you already have the foundation to make SEO better and your message better, and you're going to have this aha moment. It's like, well, these are the people that I really want to work with, because a lot of times people don't understand who they really want to work with at the very beginning.
That was from my chat with Gayla at scribnersolutions.com. I'll put a link to a guide that she wrote in the description. She has a virtual team, manages virtual assistants, has hired virtual assistants, and wrote a guide on how you can hire a virtual assistant and rock out your business. I'll put a link to that in the description. Hope that it encouraged you. Both of us came from the corporate world and found our space in life, our place in life, our place in this world, know who we want to connect with, and pursuing our most preferable life. And you can too. It's just starting. Kind of recap some of the bullets from it. You have the confidence, you just don't feel it, and you got to start it to know that you are the pro, are the expert, that you've already been in this corporate journey. You already are an expert. You're already doing what you can do for yourself, for someone else, and start part-time on the side. It is okay that you have a side hustle during your corporate employment time, and build it smart. Start a blog, start a podcast, start a YouTube channel, one of those three things, and just put out content that helps people's day. You can do it. Teach and serve, and in a year or two, maybe sooner, you'll have a business as well, and working with the people that you love to work with and doing it for yourself and not for someone else. So hope it encouraged you to get started. Start today. Start ASAP. And find you, live your most preferable life. I'm Josh, preferablelife.com. If this interview helped you, give me a thumbs up and follow along, because we're going to get you to figuring out and walking in your most preferable life one day at a time. And we'll catch you on the next one. Have an awesome day.